Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Ryan C here. Today's video now is about knife and gun crime in London. Anyone that's been keeping up with mainstream news now and social media will know that so many lives have been taken on London streets as I'm making this video as well. And it's definitely risen in the last few months as well, coming back to them levels between 2004 and 2010. Over the years now, I've seen so many good as well as so many terrible ways to combat this. When you go up in a certain area in London, or anywhere in the UK or even the world, for some of these individuals now, they feel that a weapon is needed to save their life, to just carry out their day-to-day activities. Yes, gang violence and postcode wars are very evident. They're very active and always have been. These people feel the need to protect their area, their people, and themselves. Just being from that area is enough for enemies to exist. But also involved in that lifestyle now, if you're directly gangbanging, or if you're making money somehow on the roads, you're going to attract haters. For being affiliated now, people are either going to be after you, or if you're making money now, they're going to want to come and take it off you. But just because someone's from the area now, and they're carrying a weapon, it doesn't mean they're involved or condone the actions of these people that they're seeing as their enemies. If you come into a certain area now, and you're from an enemy territory, an unfamiliar territory, or just a new face, it could essentially spell the end of your life. It could practically be anybody, yeah, and there isn't any discrimination involved. So from a young person's point of view that's not involved in this lifestyle now, in their heads, their mentality now, that's enough for them to consider carrying a weapon. A stabbing could actually happen for a variety of reasons now, but for the above reasons now, and the fact that some people have a high ego and feel disrespected, could just end up in you being stabbed. If they're doing it with their people that are around them as well, their pride is on the line in front of them, so they're going to do what they believe will get them the respect. The sad reality is that even people that are way past that lifestyle and living their life now, or people that have never even been involved in that lifestyle, can end up being a victim directly or even in crossfire. There are actually some kids out there that actually take 4 to 5 buses to get around a postcode district now, just to avoid trouble. If they could afford an Uber, they'd be booking an Uber. They're using their free Oyster travel card to get on those 4 to 5 buses. If they had to pay for their travel on every single journey, they probably wouldn't be able to go to school. And on that note as well, some kids even bunk off school. They don't want to risk going to school and getting attacked. There are even gangs in an area where school is now that go to a school to attack people if they're not from that area or if they want to. I believe a big part of the problem is the fact that we're not listening to young people out there, even down to the parents. I've known of children being sent to the shop now and they don't want to go to that shop because that shop is outside their postcode. They feel that their life's in danger. They know who hands around there. The parent don't want to listen. Also with the home situation now, you do tend to find a lot of single parent households with children having difficulty when growing up. Sometimes with everything that's involved at home now, they do feel like a sense of neglect, especially if they were old enough to witness the domestics. Mental health issues are well prominent here as well. Even without all of these home issues now, yeah, having post-trauma stress disorder can actually make some of these kids relive some situations where they've nearly lost their lives or been terrorized. A lot of people think PTSD is only from army veterans, but any sort of trauma could do it, and it varies from person to person. With all this in mind now, they don't even feel like they'll make it to their late 20s or 30s. And with that in mind, they'll speak to people that they can, and these people will recommend getting them some sort of weapon. You can probably buy a butterfly flip knife now for about £5 on the road. And a lot of kids are drawn into this because picking up a kitchen knife from their drawer now isn't safe to hold for themselves. They can cut themselves if that's in their pocket. They'll go through any means now to have something that they could easily flip out and use if danger's in front of them. It's also a thing with guns now, because those could be sorted on the same day for some people. There are guns on the streets. People have been shot dead. So with all that in mind now, these children, they feel like there's no support from their parents, teachers, or the police personnel, the government, and they feel like they need to protect themselves using any means necessary. Subconsciously, it becomes so normal to pick up your house keys, your money, your wallet, and your knife together when you're leaving. Is that what we really want? When they feel neglected and not listened to, this is what happens. You really think from a young person's point of view, yeah, their main concern is getting caught by police? Let's not get this twisted yet. No one wants to be locked up. But if they have a choice between locked up and potentially saving their life, they're going to opt for potentially saving their lives. Saving their life is a priority, and that's what they're going to go and do. Think about all of this carefully now, yeah? Worrying about being locked up or something from their point of view that could actually potentially save their lives. They don't want to be caught slipping without something to defend themselves. They're more scared of potential enemies than the police. They feel like everyone and everything has given up on them. All of these things like youth clubs now actually assist young children to aim for their dreams. Also aims them to just be successful in life. Even just getting a 9 to 5. And they're all cut. Why? This would actually be an alternative solution for all of them rather than being out on the road. They'd potentially learn how to get money the right way rather than being involved in dangerous means of getting money. Listen, yeah, early intervention is needed, yeah, because our young people out there are either going to die or they're going to get used to getting chased. They're going to get so used to getting chased, they'll feel feel immune to it. They'll start to feel like it's something normal and they'll act like it's an everyday thing. I know we're meant to take responsibility for our own actions, yeah? Passing the buck for the hand you've been dealt in life isn't the way to deal with things. It's never good for anyone's progression. But the way we're so far gone in our city, in our country, you really think the white pillar youths now are actually going to sit there and think about their entire lives and want to change it for the better? Not everyone's capable of that capacity of thinking. Intervention is needed to mold their mentalities in a positive way now. And then you still get people saying, oh, you're only hearing about knife crime now. I've lived here for 32 years, I've never seen it. Listen, yeah, across London, people do get stabbed quite regularly. Some people now, not always to death. And because they don't want to be questioned by the ambulance service about why they got a slice on their arm, they deal with the wounds themselves. But they get a friend to do it. Sometimes they can't even do it properly if they get a broken glass in them now, because that's gone into their body. It's all risky treatment now that could lead to further health problems. And despite what people think now, this isn't a race thing. It's a culture in London and other parts of the UK and where people are growing up. This is what they see every day. If you grow up in a certain area and you're influenced by it, you're very likely going to be a product of your environment. That could be from the way you walk, talk, act, dress, and live in the lifestyle of the people around you. You know what? This is a case of anywhere in the world. We need to actually look at prevention rather than cure. Me personally, I think stop and search can actually be a negative. There's actually a chance it could raise tensions between communities and the police. We ain't trying to have any more riots like the London riots in 2011. Parents should actually stop and search their kids before they leave the house. They also have a responsibility to make sure their children ain't leaving with any offensive weapon. There's only so much you can do if your child is reckless, and there's also the possibility that they've hidden a weapon outside rather than bringing it inside for you to find. But there's a good chance that could also go missing. You all need to do your best to make sure your child doesn't leave your house with a weapon. And even with all the issues communities have had with police now, people do need to understand that every society in the world does need policing. There has to be a higher power or everyone would move completely reckless. But at the same time, I don't believe the police can tackle this. They can probably deal with the aftermath, but we're trying to prevent it happening. How I see it now is if someone sees it's necessary to pass people of a particular lifestyle now, and there's no way of avoiding it, they're gonna have a weapon on them because they believe it's the only way they can defend themselves. Youth clubs or adult figures that have grown up in London or lived this type of life are so important. Having those people now and having a youth club that's properly run now can have a child now motivated to finish university and get that city job or follow their dreams to be a sports personnel, musician or actor. Like seriously man, big up people like Adam Deacon and Asher D man. So many people that have actually grown up in certain areas now envy people around him. Boy, I've had people I've known for years that actually say to me they wish they had the chance to go university like I did. You know what, some kids actually get introduced to this from a young primary school age now, or from a slightly older age where they gotta get beaten up, kill an enemy, or kill someone random to prove that they're about this. They can hold themselves up to being the gang. Some of these people are only doing it so they can protect themselves in the long run from other people or people in the gang because they're living in that area. And there's other people that potentially do it to make money and sell drugs. And in the process of doing this now, once you're part of the gang, you got the enemies of the gang after you as well. You're guilty by association. And that goes for even if you're not in a gang. If you've been seen just spotting someone on road now, guilty by association now. And with all this in mind now, some people actually live their lives here like it's their last day. If you actually ask a young person growing up in a certain area or around a certain lifestyle, they actually say they'll be shocked to live past 25. They actually act like it's a complete achievement to make it to 30. And yeah, that's for the people that are actually living a good life on the roads now and making a lot of money. We all know that you're constantly looking over your shoulder as well. Being involved in this kind of lifestyle doesn't come with everything that's good. Yeah, you're making a lot more money than you would working in the city, but friends and enemies alike, people want to get at you because of that. They want what you have, and it's just not worth it. And in terms of drill music now, I don't think that's a factor. People are always getting killed before the grind music and rap era now. Even long before garage now, people are getting killed. In fact, yeah, it's actually a thing where our musicians and public figures now can get involved. They can go to schools, they can talk to young people, especially if they've lived that kind of lifestyle now. Young people feel like they can relate and take in the positivity of what these people have become. Talking about music as well, we could talk about entertainment too. We've all played Grand Theft Auto, we've all watched South Park and Family Guy. We laugh at it, but if we were actually to see certain things in real life now, we wouldn't react to it positively. We don't take these things literally now, and a normal person will react negatively if they saw that in real life. But in relation to carrying a knife now, we need to let these young kids know that it could only psychologically make you feel more protected. Imagine you actually get outnumbered now and disarmed. You probably raise the tensions by pulling out a knife now and showing that you're a threat to someone's life, and they probably want to do the same or worse to you now. And if you're holding a knife to someone and you don't display the right confidence, you're going to get sussed out, disarmed, and you're going to be finished after that. Now with these youth clubs now, they're not going to be a quick fix solution, but we're getting to the root of the problem. So any kids coming through now, and any that have just got into the lifestyle, as well as some also right into the lifestyle, lifestyle, that don't feel like that lifestyle is the path, will be able to come to these youth clubs now, and all these mentors will be able to tell them that they could be anything they want to be. Mentors can inject self-belief in their mentalities now, a lot of positive thinking, and the government can help create jobs. And we also need less discrimination from employers now, because having this culture on the roads now is not going to solve anything for anyone living in London or anywhere in the world. This is not how we want the human race to be, is it? These kids don't want to hear anything negative from you. Imagine from their point of view listening to people calling them scum, waste of space, people saying they deserve everything bad coming to them. Some of these kids only carried a knife because they believed it would protect them. They never had any intention to use it, they believed it would protect them only. I don't believe deep down they're a bad person. I believe they felt they were dealt a bad hand and that was the best way to deal with it. Don't label them negatively now, because that's just going to cause more problems. It might even increase things. They might feel this is the only way of life if you say that. Everyone deserves a chance. We want them to know killing isn't right, even for revenge. Going after your friends and family members' killer now isn't the way. Once they're dead now, it's going to become a vicious circle. Both sides are going to be killing each other now until everyone's dead now or everyone's locked up. What we want them to know now is that if they get 25 to life in prison, they won't be able to hack it. We don't want kids now with so much potential binning their lives. We want them to know that unnecessary violence isn't fun now and damaged egos are not worth it. Let's actually sit down now and listen to kids. Let's see what they got to say about their lifestyles. Let's see why they're doing it. If you actually talk to some of them, you're going to realize some are just doing it because they're extremely scared. They're putting on a front now, they got the baddest look on their face, but deep down now, they're fully scared. Don't disrespect what they have to say now and let them finish talking. Most of them actually do their lifestyle so they can move out of the area they're in now, live a better life, have a family, and not look back. You'll actually see you got one common goal there. From both sides of views, everyone wants this to stop. Guys, yeah, as usual, yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I respond to all comments as well, yeah, so drop one. There's actually so much to say on this, so I want to hear what you got to say, and I'll reply back. Follow the Snapchat because I'm most active on there and I'll add you back. Hit up the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, clickable links in the description below. Let me know and I'll holler you back on there too. Boom, right, and see you, and I'm out.